Hello, everybody. Can y'all hear me out there? Take me one of these Claritin. Hello there, Myrtle. Hey, Melissa. All right, I took me a Claritin, y'all. Let's see. Hey, Larissa. Teresa Ball. Nikki Sticks. Ann Bradford. Baby. Pamela Macredo. T. Slipper. Hello, how's everybody doing tonight? All right. I figured I'd get on here. I don't know if I done anything on here last night or not. But I figured I'd get on here and see if y'all can get me to strike up a conversation. Hey, y'all, who was that? Who was in the Tuesday? Who was it in the Tuesday chat messing with Joshua? I heard about it. Hey, Denise. Anybody know? I guess y'all seen that video where I put on Tammy's channel. And I got reminded about sawdust again today. Oh, it's Cody and Dana. Oh, I see. Tammy had read me some comments. A few. And somebody was talking about that they knew I was in there under another name. I mean, what would be the point of that? Me getting in there under another name. You know what? I probably need to change my title. Because I did think about something. Another message for Grandma. All right. Let's see, where was I at? Oh, yeah. Cody said that he was acting inappropriately. Oh, and I mean, they know he's artistic, don't they? Hey, Mr. Bean. And hello to everybody if I missed anybody. Oh, I know there was some people riled up about it, you know. You know, I remember when he first got on here, you know, everybody wasn't so sure about Joshua. And I went to bat for him, you know. I went and looked at his channel and checked him out and everything. And he was saying he was artistic. And, you know, several things, you know. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I see that. Oh, you know, I don't have a whole lot to talk about tonight. I just got on here to pull y'all together. Hello there, Mr. Charles. So y'all gonna have to help me out, you know. I usually do right once I get started. And sometimes it's kind of hard to start when you ain't really got nothing big, you know. And I don't have nothing big. But somebody come up to me and asked Tammy would she give a message to Grandma, you know. Somebody come up here. Come to our house. I'll tell y'all about it in a minute. I don't want to, like, you know, people will be asking about it. I'll tell y'all about it in a few minutes. All he did was ask Kathy how many people could sit on their bed. Just her and Mr. Tim or more people. Yeah. Hey, I understand it, you know. You know, uh, you know that artistic don't mean you're stupid. I mean, I might be artistic, you know, because there's some things I do. There's some things I do great, and there's some things I'm just dumb, you know. No, I had heard that them uh artistic people was like that, you know. I actually heard Slim talking, but hell, I didn't know what the hell she was talking about, you know. She like Slim gets on there dances too much. You gotta tell people exactly what you're saying and exactly who you're talking about and what you're talking about. She dances too much, you know, because I watched it. I didn't even know what she was talking about, you know. I didn't know. I thought she was just talking about her son. And, well, I knew she was talking about Joshua. She was talking about her son, but hell, I didn't know what the hell, was was going on. But yeah, y'all, I'm like smart about some things, like real smart. I mean, sometimes genius. And then like, and then dumb as a rock too. Like I can read a few words, but if somebody puts a big old paragraph for me to read, my mind just, uh, I mean, I just quit reading. I don't know how to explain it, but like I take in information different, I think, than a lot of people. And like, when I was making them antenna videos and stuff, I could tell a lot of people didn't know what they was talking about. And, like watching these camera videos, about them cameras that I got, they trying to cover too much ground. And your brain can't comprehend what what they're saying. I mean, you can catch this, and you can catch a little of that and a little of that. But like, I mean, they about blow your brain. They about BLOW your mind. And a bunch of them YouTubers do that. And hey y'all, I got two different coughs now. I got the kind of recovering from the sinus stuff, but like I was out there cutting that wood today, and I can tell it. I can tell because the wood saw, and it's been doing me like that for quite a few years. That sawdust. But when you cut something, when you cut a piece of wood, if you're in the sunlight, man, you can see dust particles everywhere. Wood particles. But anyway, I am getting better. Till I went out here and started cutting today. But me and Tammy had a good time doing it. And I know I'm kind of dancing around, but I'll get around to everything. I'm doing you the way I was talking about they do you on YouTube. Trying to cover too much ground. You can't you can't talk about one of these cameras in 20 minutes. What I mean? At least I can, you have to let something soak in somebody's mind. If, what if school teachers done that. What a grand world we live in. You everything. Yeah. Well, they got something new for new YouTubers, for new people. They're giving them a better chance at making it big. It's actually something I just found out. And yeah, I do. Most time I do wear a mask. If I'm doing a lot. Let me get my chat where I can see it a little better. If I'm cutting a lot, but I knew I wasn't gonna be doing much cutting, but it did affect me. The thing about the new YouTubers, y'all, is when, I started looking at these videos about the camera, I was seeing a lot of people like didn't have many views. And I actually like that. They not a professional YouTuber. The new people are not professional YouTubers. And I know why they're trying to talk fast. Hey there, Sophie. Glad to see you back, Sophie. I think it's a mistake talking fast. But, and then after I watched a few of the videos of the kind of the new people, didn't have many views. And then I started seeing these old dogs. The old dogs. The video a year ago and 2 years ago about these cameras, and these cameras is pretty well new. But the old dogs is stomping everybody down. Yeah. But yeah. So I was, and now I can't even find like the new people. You know, everybody's a professional. Everybody's a professional speaker. How you doing? Hey, I'm doing pretty good. I got a little bit of a headache there, Kit Kat. But it goes along with this mess we got. Tammy told me a bunch of people at church has got it. The preacher, his wife. And it hangs with you too. So let me tell y'all something y'all might not be thought about. You know what I'm talking about? Fast, good, smooth, fast talking people on YouTube. Well, politicians, they don't necessarily have to be smart if you're a good talker. And all politicians are good talkers. You don't know how smart they are. They may not necessarily be that smart, but they are good talkers. But anyway, I said it a bunch of times, boy, that YouTube's tough now. It is really tough. And, I don't know that I would do it all again. If I started at zero, I really don't. You won't have nobody watching. I've seen people doing a live video that didn't have nobody watching. I could see they didn't have nobody watching before I clicked in there and went in there. And that's got to work on your mind pretty good, You live and nobody is watching. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't know if I'd do it again. But like when I first started doing YouTube, I didn't even have this channel, you know. I just had one channel, you know. When I first started doing it, I come up fast, boy, real fast. But I was using Facebook, you know. I was putting in videos on Facebook, and people in Dublin was watching them. And I'm fit to quit talking about this, but there was a woman on YouTube that was helping me, and she said, "This video right here, doing better than all the rest of your videos put together." So I got a idea of what was good and what was a waste of time. And every time I'd put a video out, that woman would send me a message, you know. You know, where you don't even get messages. You don't get messages on YouTube. I was getting messages where you don't even get messages. Well, somebody was helping me. And I don't know who it was. I really don't even know that it's a woman, but a man, you know, I just don't think it was a man. I just don't think it was. Oh, well, this really is I really do got a message for Grandma. Oh, the girl that grooms our dogs. she's she she brung our dogs home today. You know, Tammy had a funeral to go to and all that. So Tammy took the dogs over there to get them groomed, and then that girl brung them back here, but she lives right here beside us. And Mama knows who she is. And that she's done been to a lawyer, and she said that Mama's got a tree over there that's gonna die or done died or something or other. And it's gonna fall on her fence. And you know, I don't even know the message that, because I wasn't listening. Tammy just told me about it, you know. But she's gone. The lawyer told her to let Mama know that she's gonna have to pay for her fence if the tree falls on it. But that's it, y'all. So I know Mama don't know it. um, I reckon she wants Mama to cut the tree down. I'll tell you what now. I've had, me and Sophie has went around, I mean, I'm just looking at her comment there now, and I've I have heard her talking before. Hey, Slim, I have heard her talking before, and she seems like she's pretty well got common sense. I heard her say, I don't remember exact words, but she was. Well, just like she's saying right now, because that's what reminds me of. You know, people too sensitive. Let's see, Terry, people are too sensitive sometimes, or take it the wrong way. So, say, what I'm particularly talking about is, when we first got on here, you had to get on here and uh, act like you was a born again Christian. And I heard her say, it's that she don't even see how some of them women had children. I mean, they say like square and and don't do this and don't do that and I can't believe you said that, stuff like that. And I try to watch it, y'all. Try to watch the cussing. Because I know we got Christians in there. So I try to watch it. I try to watch it around Tammy too. But sometimes I will, but I'm not going I'm not going to fake being a Christian or, yeah, I mean, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get on here and be fake. And act like I go to church and then I got a cigarette in my hand before I even get in the car when I'm leaving church. Because, different people think different ways about that stuff. But, I don't want to make nobody mad about the smoking thing. But I believe if you're going to live the life, that you shouldn't be drinking nor smoking. If you're going to live the life and you're going to be, and you're going to tell everybody else what they should do and what they shouldn't do. Cody and Dana took Joshua wrong when he was talking to someone. I'm trying to remember who it was. I'm not sure, but if they realized that he is also blind. You know what, Rona Jane? And I'm glad to see you, Rona. I can't save the world. And I promise you this right here. Even though I'm not no church going Christian holding a Bible in my hand, I promise you, if there was more people like me, the world would be a better place. And I want to say something while I'm going, while it's on my mind. Uh, And this right here, this right here aggravated me the other day. Y'all, there ain't no dirt on me nor Tammy. There ain't none. And I mean, I'm telling you, I've got on here and told everything, y'all, that I've done. You know, what about everybody else? You know what I mean? But I don't, I don't like that too good. Because there's people that believe, oh, I wonder what Danny really has done. Danny ain't done a damn thing. Yeah, there's a lot of us like that, Sophie. I mean, we all believe in God, but, I don't know if we all up there where Tammy is. And I don't even like to say too much about that stuff because, hey, Miss Gladys, because, I mean, I don't know a whole lot about it. But I believe if you're going to live the life and be telling other people like what they ought to be doing, that a person ought to be doing that themselves. That's what I think. And I mean, you know, let me tell y'all something. Christians don't make bad comments. Christians, uh, well, I mean, that says it all right there, y'all. Christians don't make bad comments. I mean, you know, I guess any of us liable to say something if we're fire breathing mad, you know. But the people that's making these bad comments, I mean, hell, they ain't even mad. They just mean. They just mean people. Yeah, y'all, they ain't no dirt on me. And they ain't no dirt on Tammy. And what? Hey, there's one thing I didn't want everybody to know about me and Tammy. And it come out, but I didn't want everybody to know we got a divorce. I wasn't going to mention that. But it come out. I told y'all about it. We fell out of love. It's kind of hard getting it back, too. It's kind of hard getting it back. That's why you be good. Thank you, Miss Gladys. Hey, Miss Gladys, I love you. You know what I mean? Man, you don't go messing around, boy. You know, you can make a mistake, boy. I was a target, boy. There's a woman targeted me one time for months, months. And and that's the one secret that I did have. and and that's a lot of people's secret, Joe. That is a whole hell of a lot of people's secret. And when you're talking about that kind of stuff, you won't see nobody saying nothing. You might have a few hypocrites, That I'm talking about read my lips. There ain't no dirt on me. There can't be but nothing revealed about me, nor Tammy. We always been pretty straight. Even when I was drinking and stuff, hell, I was pretty straight. Uh, I just want everybody to know that. And I even figured, well, I didn't figure, Tammy did. She's not even talking about me. Danny, why do you feel like you need to tell people all your secrets? It's done been told, Kathy. It's done been told. And then I had somebody the other day talking about they would tell my secrets. And hell, I don't have none. But see, everybody don't know that, see. That's the thing, is everybody don't know that. They hear that and they say, well, what the hell is he hiding? I mean, I'm telling you. They automatically think, oh, so he has done something. Know what I mean? That's what I don't like. For it looking like I have. Me and Tammy don't have no secrets. We don't have none, Sophie. Whenever I started roofing, I was about 20 years old, you know what I mean? When I started for myself, that's what I was doing. And that's all I was doing. Yeah, I know you're joking. Hey, the roofing thing, like, you see the way I'm doing about these cameras, got 3 cameras? That's how I am. Whatever I'm doing hard. And I'll sit there and learn everything about something, every little thing about whatever I'm doing. And then I'll quit. And that's when, when I bought that camper. When I bought that camper, that's the reason I bought it. I was bored. I had been looking for the next thing. Uh, and before I bought the camper, I was making them antennas. eBay. And hey, look here, boy. I was making antennas all night long. And I'd sleep like during the day, a little while during the day. And everything I had made that night would sell. And I really had to up my game about that. About making them antennas. And so that's what I was doing in that period of time. I'm talking about I was on it, son. And making videos and making money. I put 100 on there at the time. I started getting where I would make 100. And put it, I made them change my account where I could put a bunch on there, because they started me out where they wouldn't let me put just one or two at a time, and every time I'd put one up there, it'd sell. I'd put one more up there, and it'd sell. And I contacted them. I said, look here, we got to do something. I said, hell, I can't even walk outside, and I hadn't got no antennas to sell. And she fixed it where I could put, 100 on there at the time, and I did start putting 100 on there at the time. And I got tired of it, I got tired of doing that every day. Every day. I'm somebody that'll get tired of something, y'all. The damn money don't matter. If I get tired of something, I get tired of it. Saying I'm kind of scared of myself like that too. Hey there, Miss Vargas. I really am kind of scared of myself. Because if I get tired of this YouTube, if I get tired of it, the money won't keep me. The money don't matter. I'm not hooked into YouTube and don't have no choice. But I kind of enjoy doing YouTube. Now I quit one time for 2 years. But I kind of enjoy YouTube and enjoy getting on there talking to y'all. And then see, I pretty much know y'all. Hey there, Parsons Jen. Hey, Miss Carol. And hello to everybody. But, when I quit that antenna stuff, I went, 2 or 3 months trying to think of something that would get me started up, Thank you, Miss Pamela. Thank you. I ain't gonna lose your phone though. I ain't gonna lose your phone though. I like Miss Vargas, y'all. She's Pamela's the kind you can sit here and hold the phone up there to your ear. and she'll talk to you. And I like that because, see, I am like Joshua, y'all. I like to learn, and I listen. And Pamela, and there's a few more, y'all. I talk to, which I really don't talk to Pamela Vargas much at all. I probably talked to her 3 times since we've been friends, you know. But I love them women that you get on the phone and you listen and they talk. And they talk. And they talk. It's sometimes like I'm smiling while they're talking. But they don't know it, you know. Sometimes I'm listening. Sometimes they got things right. Sometimes they got things wrong. But I sit and listen, you know. I like that. So, you know, when I quit that antenna stuff, when I quit, I was still selling the hell out of them. But I really got a little aggravated about eBay. And I got a little aggravated with YouTube too. But I went about 3 months trying to think of the next thing, you know, because I'm always doing something, y'all. If I ain't, I kind of miserable. Hey there, Linda. All right there, Meemaw. I got you. Oh, y'all, boy, I was trying to, really, boy. Because if I ain't doing something, I ain't very happy, you know. And I don't want to go clean up the yard. I don't want to wash dishes. And I don't want to mop the floor. And I don't want to paint the porch. I want to do something that I'm interested in. And a lot of men's like that, y'all. But you know, according to my friends, you know, they said that, and I've had more than one to tell me that because I didn't really know I was like that. They said there is no telling what you liable to be doing next. And I am like that. And what I say, I mean, I might be artistic myself. But the camper, the antennas, the roofing business, that's a high for me. The drums. And then I learned how to play the guitar. And, you know, I did learn how to play the guitar. But I don't know if I can play that guitar now. And I'll mess with these cameras for a little while. And it might get old, you know. If you processing 3 videos together, it's a challenge. Let me tell you something. I could stand here and tell any one of you I said, you take them videos, you take them 12 videos and you put it in this thing right here. And we're going to make one video out of 12. And I could tell you each thing to do, and you wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah, I do too. I do too. So you're taking 12 videos. You got 3 cameras. And it shoots like 20-minute videos and then it stops. It starts another. The camera does that. I don't know why it ain't just one long video. And then you take them and put them in there, and then you are syncing them up together in order. So when it jumps from this video and jumps to the next one, it's all in order. Let me show y'all something. I'm doing this today. This is a YouTube video, but I got it unlisted. Take me a second to find it. I got so much stuff on this computer, son. No, that ain't it. You know, I got like terabyte hard drive. And I need more space. You know, I get accused of bragging. And I don't, I don't know if, like, people want me to get on here and cut myself down or exactly what they want. I keep putting the wrong video in here. Let me find out what I done with that video. That's what I'm talking about. I got so much stuff on here. Yeah, I know what. I know where it is. I know where one of them is. This particular one, the particular one I'm looking for, I don't know where it is. You know what? I don't even remember what I was going to tell you about it. But I guess I can show it anyway. I made this for YouTube, but I'm not going to put it on. I just changed my mind. Not because it's bad, just because it's worthless too. It's worthless. This is a worthless video. So, I'm going to play the sound, y'all. How about that? I'm going to play the sound. See, that's a great video right there, y'all. It shows what the camera's doing and what it's capable of. But it's worthless. And I was just messing around. It's worthless. Yeah, that's right, Ronald, but like the people that's looking up this camera right here, you know how long they'll sit here and watch that video right there? They won't. They'll watch it for, a few minutes, and then they're gone. So I'm actually just, what I'm doing here is just showing 4K, 30 frames a second with the music. But I just decided, I ain't gonna do nothing with it. And really, I got it like, it's zoomed in. So in the video, I zoomed it in when I made it. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to take that out. I see just that little bit I played right here. They will copyright the video. I was on Grandma's channel the other day, and people saying I was hiding in chat, and I was telling her What I was trying to tell her is she could play that song that she was wanting to play. I'll show you. So you know if I'm going to play it. Well, see, this song ain't copyrighted. Let's see, how do I do this?
Well, I was scrolling through YouTube the other day. Yeah. Sat myself down just to pass some time away. Heard a sweet voice saying, "How's your day?" Yeah. "Hi, I'm Helen from Georgia." She's got something to say. She's 87, oh yeah, she's truly been blessed. Showing off her crystal garden and her birdie nest. Redbirds, bluebirds, hummingbirds too. All these pretty crystals sent from fans like you. Helen from Georgia, she's the queen of the screen. Got a heart full of sunshine, and a soul so serene. She lifts your spirits, sends a smile your way. Like and subscribe, you'll wanna stay. Ring that bell, don't miss the show. What tomorrow brings, nobody knows. She's in this little light of mine with style.
So I ain't going to play it all. But I mean, my point is I was trying to tell her to upload it to YouTube. Because everybody can't hear it, you know. And then there's some idiot in there talking about Danny's under another name in chat. And I don't know me too good. I don't like to type good enough. I don't like to type good enough to get on there and play on YouTube. I hate tapping. Even like just making a title for a video. I hate it. I do not like to type. See, if it ain't typing, it's hen pecking. Hey, little Barbara. I heard her play that song the other day. You know, you couldn't hear it, you know. Now, that other song I played, Slow Ride, I'll take it off. They'll catch that copyright. But this right here, this is not a copyrighted song. I don't know. And I mean, that's something I'm not interested in, is that Suno music. I like music and everything. But like, I don't know, you know, I'm just not interested in that, you know. In videos like that without sound or good therapy for special needs children, yeah. So, I mean, Y'all, I could get over there on Suno and be the world champion. Hey, boy, like, son, like I'd get on there and wouldn't stop until I had a good song. I don't want to just go over there and make a song. It's got to be a good song, or I don't care about it. And I don't, that's what Reverend Dream does. His secret is out. That Anna boy, she blowed that out of the water. He wasn't wanting to let nobody know what he was doing. Couldn't find out, and Anna boy was like doing a bunch of stuff, for him. Now, the son, if I could get over there and make a song like that, Slow Ride, I'd probably be over there right now making songs. And I know it's supposed to be fun and all that, just having fun, but I'm like that Simon used to be on America's Got Talent. He would say, "Would you buy this song?" And that pretty well makes up your mind. Would you buy this song? Would you buy that song I just played? And the answer is you wouldn't. You wouldn't buy it. Well, Tammy might would now. I ain't joking. And Danny, you're a mean, the vocal and music part, the words are cool, yeah. Oh, let me tell y'all something you don't know. Reverend Dream made a song for her mama one time. Yeah, I knew you didn't mean bad, Rona. Yeah, he made her a song one time. I don't think she ever even heard it. She wasn't studying that stuff. She wasn't studying that, boy. Let me tell you one that a lot of people just went crazy over. And it ain't no great song. So let's see. I don't even remember how it goes. Achy Breaky Heart. Everybody went slap crazy over Achy Breaky Heart. I go slap crazy over Cat Scratch Fever. I don't know about no Achy Breaky Heart. I don't know if some of y'all was like Tammy probably loved it. Hey, Tammy, go like see a gospel group and stuff. Tammy's opposite of me, y'all. She go see a opposite am I about to forget what I was talking about? A church group singing. they'd have a CD and she'd buy it. I said, "You gonna listen to that?" She said, "Yeah, I love gospel music." I said, "Okay." Yeah, that's me too there, Sophie. Yeah. Well, I didn't either, but I know a lot of people did. But Timmy, like, we'd go down there to the river. I can't remember that man's name, but I had made a CD for her one time. Let's see the name of that song. The anchor fails. Is that right, y'all? The anchor holds. I had made her a CD and we was down here in the boat. And I mean that boat, y'all, you have to hear it in person. That thing is awesome, boy. That thing is awesome. But I got two amplifiers in there. The anchor holds. That thing's got, big old subwoofer and stuff. I showed it to y'all, but you really got to hear it. And I'd put that CD I made her, had a bunch of songs by him. Roofers know how to do that stuff. And boy, she'd sit there and listen to that thing. We'd be in that pontoon boat. Hey there, Miss Linda. Miss Danny, I learned the hard way to not play music on my channel. Not even in the background, or I'll get flat. You know what I mean? It's okay to play it. Most music, Linda. But you won't make no money on it. And I don't think the watch time hours works. I don't know how many subscribers you got. But like, I don't think you can get on there and just play music. Play music 12 hours. I don't think it counts. Yeah, I ain't really crazy about gospel music, but Tammy, she loves it. She loves it. Tammy walks the walk, y'all. She not only talks the talk, she walks the walk. She had this woman, you will hear every now and then say Miss let's see. Seems like her name's Gladys too. But it's like a real old woman up there at church, and she was bent over in a wheelchair. And she went to the nursing home, and Tammy bought a CD player, and a little old CD player you plug into the wall. And she'd go up there and listen to that gospel music with that woman that's all bent over, laying in the bed. And she went regular. She went regular to that nursing home. And one day I was sitting here, and she brung that CD player home. I mean, you know what that meant, don't you? But her and that woman, she spent time with the woman like she was her mama. And I think that woman did know Tammy's mama. Well, y'all, if you ever wondered or if Tammy's the real deal, she's the real deal, son. And she's been doing this a long time. She had me going to church when we was dating. And she didn't ever stop. She's always went to church. She wants to make sure she sees her mom and daddy again. In what some of us call a good time, she won't participate, you know. We went up there to the mountains. Me and Stephen and his wife and Tammy. And me and Stephen and Stephen's wife was going to the casino every night. And I wasn't playing because I'm not no gambler. But I would go and watch Stephen. Now, he's a gambler. But, you know, they got some real good food in there. Anyway, Stephen wanted her to go with us to eat. And it was a big old building. I don't even remember the name of that place. But it's a big old building. And she was going to go with us to eat. But the restaurant, kind of like a mall. The restaurant wasn't even in there where the gambling was. But she got in there and started crying. Hey, good night there, Miss Terry. Cherokee, that's right. She got in there, you know what I mean? She changed her mind. And I didn't understand it. And I mean, I don't know that I don't know that I understand it now. But we had to take her back to the room. You know what I mean? And we wasn't even in there where the gambling was. Yeah, we had to take her back, boy. Hey, I don't know what it was. It was something Stephen, you know. Stephen wanted her to go, you know. Stephen and his mom was real close. Hey, Becca B. I hear you there, Becca B. I've been on here a little while. Hey, I mean, she didn't feel like it was right being in a casino. And, you know, the building was a casino. But the restaurant wasn't even in there where the gambling is, you know. But we didn't give her no hard time or nothing. We left and went somewhere to eat and took her back to the room, which is what she wanted to do. You know, y'all been kind of taking this sinus medicine, and it makes you sleepy, you know it? Yeah, drop something here. I drop everything. Hey, she went, but she changed her mind about wanting to be there. We had to get her out there. And y'all, I'm not going to try to talk her into something that she don't want to do, you know. I try to let her do what she wants to do. And all the time. Because she has her own mind. And she'll listen to me a little. But I try not to control her thoughts. That's something I learned, you know, over the years is and sometimes I'll step in there and tell her she's wrong, you know, about something. But I mostly kind of just try to let her be herself in what she thinks and let her do what she wants to do. They was supposed to go look at Christmas lights to uh tomorrow night, but that got put off. So when they do go look at Christmas lights, I'm gonna mount these 3 cameras on the car, y'all. And oh, I mean, I know some people don't care nothing about looking at no Christmas lights on YouTube, but there is people that would like to see it. And we're gonna film it with these 3 cameras. I ain't gonna be there. But I'm gonna help them get set up. Y'all remember me? I'm the behind the scenes guy. Make everybody look good. And get talked about like I'm a dog, boy. Like, get everybody set up. I keep hearing that. There's one little saying I keep hearing over and over. I don't owe them my life. I never said nobody owed me their life. But I think they owe me a damn little bit. Making more money than Carter's got liver pills. I think they owe me a little bit. That's what I think. A little bit. Not no money. Not no money. Not no money. You hear me? Not no money. Money ain't what I'm talking about. I reckon me and Tammy ain't gonna miss no meals. Yeah. Yep. I don't want no money, y'all. But, you know, we don't all think alike, you know. I just, me, myself, people that help me, I don't forget it. And I try to make damn sure I don't forget it, you know. The boy that showed me how to lay shingles wound up working for me. And he showed me how to lay them. And I hired him and doubled his pay. Man, he had so much patience, showing me how to lay them. And we was, I mean, we wasn't good friends, but I knew him, you know, from school. And he had done been working for that man, you know, a while. And he had so much patience showing me how to lay them shingles and how to nail them. And when I cut out on my own, I hired him. His daddy killed him with a pitchfork. You know, I mean, him and his daddy was about half damn crazy, you know. Hey, yeah, to get better one day, Donna. But, yeah, his daddy was about half crazy. And, you know, I mean, he didn't know he was hurt bad, you know. He went in there and laid down on the bed, and they didn't go to the hospital. They went in there and laid down on the bed and never got back up. Hey, y'all, I don't, you know, there's one thing I don't really understand. I don't understand why so many people think I'm a bad person. You know, just because I tell it like it is, you know. Yeah, he did. He did. I'm sure he did. Man, he was a good dude too, boy. Yep. Hey, he worked for me a long time. And all my friends. Yep. I sure hated that boy. Another one that helped me a lot. I worked him too. Uh, and paid him a lot. I didn't double his money, but I paid him a lot. Okay, Miss Gladys, I'm glad you come in. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Steve, when he was little, y'all, he was a little old bitty joker. He'd say, night, 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 night. And, the other boy that I raised his pay way up, he's gone too. And he was kind of like me. He would tell you something straight. I hadn't even seen it, Pamela. You might have seen it when my phone was tore up, Pamela. I hadn't seen it. My phone was tore up for a couple of days. And boy, y'all, let me tell you something. The same way I had all these great friends, I also had enemies too, just like now. And didn't ever know why. Uh, see, when I started the roofing business, that was a damn joke. And some, some of the people, some of the roofers took to me, and some of them like just hated my guts, just like now. And hell, I didn't ever do nothing to them besides just being successful. And I ain't, I mean, I really have never really understood that. You know, I was watching a clip a while ago. It it come up, when I was looking through YouTube and stuff, and it was a video of Stephen when he was at the hospital with Grandma, And I looked. The video was on her channel. And there was some asshole in there giving him a hard time about, it was an update, to grandma. So I mean, like, just to like make you understand what I'm saying, like, like, like making you understand what it is. She was sick as a dog, man. And she went to the hospital. The video's about 5 minutes long. And I know y'all have seen it. But I mean, there was somebody on there giving him a damn hard time, and all of us reasonable people want to know, is she all right? Because when y'all seen her, I mean, she was going they done called the ambulance. They got up there at the hospital. I don't know if it was that day or the next day or what. And she was laying in the bed. And Stephen told me, he asked her, he told me recently that he asked her about, did you want to let everybody know, an update, an update. And he said, she said, yeah, he didn't do it on his channel. And I mean, there was somebody in there, man, just dogging him out, boy. I couldn't see it, and there wasn't no chat for some reason. Because I wanted to see who it was. But there wasn't no chat. I don't know why there wasn't no chat. It was live. But I wanted to see who that was, giving him a hard time. I mean, there's like they had to be the first one in there. Hey, what's wrong with people? I mean, is it that bad? That that a person can't sit down and listen without throwing some hate out there. And you could look at him and tell it made him mad. And you got every woman that has got mad at Stephen on Grandma's channel. You got every woman that I've blocked on Mama's channel. Everybody, all the bad ones, that's where they are. And so, I don't know if everybody else knows it, but see, I know it. And there have been quite a few of them. I don't know what you lay it to, but I'm telling you, it was like that when I was in the roofing business. I went from making damn $4 an hour, son, to making $1,000 a week, like almost overnight. And it just about drove everybody crazy. That's what I was making when I started with that million, $4 an hour. I done it for 3 months and quit. I hired all these men. It's 13 people working. The other guys was rough people, you know. Like in trouble for stealing and probation, in trouble. And they couldn't do it like I could, so I didn't, I didn't have all the people calling me saying I want to get an estimate on the roof. But the ones I did, I would get almost every job. I would get almost every job that I went to and give them an estimate. But see, people told me that they could tell I was honest, you know. Hello, Danny, watching the replay. What year did you start YouTube? How did you get started? Hey, Dilla, I don't remember how long it was, but this ain't my original channel. See, I got another channel that's got about 20,000 subscribers, and that's the channel I started on. And I started before Mama. And, I told her, I said, hey, you make money doing this. And, I probably started about 3 months before she did. And, we had this TV station over in Dublin. They had this show called Oconee. Let's see, Oconee Trading Post. And it's just a local rinky dinky station, But people call in and, have stuff for sale. I never sold nothing. I never bought nothing. But I just listened. But there was thousands of people like me that just like to listen. I got a bulldog I want to get rid of. Somebody take him to a good home. And some of them people, was like that. They was trying to get off the phone. And I got this bulldog and I got him free to a good home. He is free. You don't have to pay nobody. He is free. I got a bag of dog food, and I got some cats. And the bulldog don't like the cats, and the bulldog runs the cats off. But if I got a free home, and the lady would say, okay, 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 okay. So what's your number? Well, he's free to a good home, but it's got to be a good home, and he's free to a good home. Okay, sir, what's your phone number? And I mean, man, it's just like, It was fun. Me and Stephen and my brother, we'd call in. We'd listen to it when we was on the roof. We was working, we'd call in and we'd say, Stephen called in and said, hey there, KK. Stephen called in and said, I want to buy some cats. And she said, and the woman was kind of slow. She thought she was smart. She wasn't as smart. She really thought she was smart, but she wasn't. Stephen said, yeah, I want to buy some cats. And then he gave his buddy's phone number. And hell, there's like hundreds of people calling, wanting to sell a cat. And, the woman didn't catch it. She said, I imagine you're going to get a lot of calls wanting to buy a cat. Yeah, I mean, so the woman thought she was real smart, but she wasn't. And we just they fired the woman, and hell, the show went canceled. People, they hired somebody else. But that woman, everybody watched that woman. She wasn't stupid, but she wasn't as smart as she thought she was. There was people tricking her and calling in, and somebody called in, and said they had a lost bulldog. And then in a few minutes, somebody called in and said they called in and said, I got a white bulldog missing. And then a few minutes later, somebody called in and said, there's a white bulldog over here just messing with all my cows. I got about 3 or 4 laying on the ground. And, they just pulling the woman's leg, right and left. My brother, hey, that woman got on his nerves so bad he couldn't hardly stand it. And we was up there working. He said, I good a mind to go call her up right now. And we was working. I said, yeah, go call her up. He took his nail apron off and went to a payphone and called in. But it about drove him crazy listening to her. But he would listen. He'd sit there. He'd sit down with a pencil and piece of paper. So, because that woman would say, all right, get your pencil and paper out. I done told you, get your pencil and paper out. And she's like just giving people hell about, hold on, let me get my pencil. But like, everybody ain't gonna get no pencil because you say, get your pencil. And man, she'd say, somebody call in and say, well, what was that number to the man that had the white bulldog? I told you to get your pencil and paper out at the first of this show. And the man that's on the station, he'd come in there and get on her ass, but, told her quit acting like you can see what everybody is doing. And just like y'all, I know everybody ain't getting everything I'm saying, There's people like in the kitchen and somebody's calling on the phone, and everybody don't hear every word you say. And I mean, you just have to know that, I mean, I think most people's listening, but everybody ain't catching every little thing you say. And just like me, I never got a pencil and piece of paper out, but my brother did. I never bought nothing, and I never sold nothing on there. I did call up one time, and I said, well, I got Tammy too. She said, I got some antennas for sale. And the woman knew who I was. Because the radio station, that TV station, was pushing my antennas. Woman said, listen, you don't call in here and say I got antennas for sale. You call in and you say, I have a antenna for sale. Like, you can't call in there like you a business and say I got antennas for sale. And she let us know when you call in, you say, I got an antenna for sale. And then she had stuff that she was on there just to selling. Because she had she had like a second-hand store. And they were people call up and say stuff to her about, you ain't supposed to be selling if you're a business. And I mean, people give her hell, and hey, boy, it's like pouring water on a duck's back. You couldn't hardly put her in check, you know what I mean? She just she would just play it off. She said, I have arrangements made to sell my stuff in my store. And, like you automatically think that there ain't no way you got all them arrangements made. To be selling all that stuff she had. And that woman was about crazy. I'm telling you, she was about crazy. And, yeah. I've seen people before that, they pretend smart. I mean, I've been with my daddy before, and I seen him do it a bunch of times. You go in the store and ask somebody's opinion, because my daddy wasn't like me. He didn't know everything I did. He thought he knows 100 times more, but he didn't. He didn't really know how to do nothing. He'd go in there and ask them, and somebody walk up there and tell you what you ought to do. Hey there, Miss Mary. He'd go in there and ask them, and that person would tell him one thing. He asked somebody else, and they'd tell him something different. And people are lying. I do not know. You won't hear me talking about something I don't know what I'm talking about. And you won't hear me acting like I know about something that I don't know about. Because that stuff about drives me crazy. Somebody acting like they know all about something, and you can tell. Because, I ask people stuff just sometimes just for the hell of it. Just to see what they'll say. I asked somebody something the other night at the river, and they threw me a curveball. And I knew it. I can't tell you what I asked them, but I asked them about somebody that I already knew the answer to. And they played it off, and I knew they knew. They played it off, and I told her, I said, you know that I already knew the answer. I said, I was just seeing what you tell me. And I actually do that a pretty good bit, y'all. And I have told a lie just to see if that damn lie come back to me on purpose. So, like, I actually might be smarter than what you might think, even though I might not act like it sometimes. There's that guy down there at the sportsman club that works down there. There's a bunch of people talking about him. You know, saying he won't answer the phone and you know, you can't get him and you know, he dodges people and all that. And you know, they somebody told me they rode through there, you know, on a golf cart and he had his door open and they turned around and come back gonna talk to him and he had the door closed. And I've heard several people say that. And, you know, he won't answer the phone. And I mean, you know, I called him up, gonna go down there, and he didn't call me back to the next day. I called him a bunch of times. But he's a friend of mine, and I like him. You know, but that's his job. And I walked up there to his place, gonna tell him, you might want to watch out, you know. I mean, that's what a friend would do. I tell him, a lot of people's talking. And there is something to that, you know. But he's got a pretty sweet deal going down there. He has that free rent, you know. And then he makes $800 a month. You know, he just has to work the campground and answer the phone and stuff like that, you know. And I doubt he wants to lose that job. And there's more and more people talking. I heard them talking. I heard him. He probably don't know it. But I like him. He used to work for me too. And I was gonna tell him, you know, so he could might kind of watch it a little bit, you know. Cause them members down there, they talk. And I was just sitting there listening, and I done heard that 2 or 3 times. That, you know, that like, you know, he wasn't doing exactly like what he's supposed to do. And believe it or not, I understand it, y'all. You remember when I told y'all I was mud bogging and every time one person would walk off, another would walk up and talking to me and talking to me and talking to me and everything. Uh, and it gets old. And then Chris is a real nice guy, and everybody wants to talk to him, but everybody don't understand that they ragging the hell out of him, like wanting to talk to him. And they don't want to talk all day long. But I understand it, see? I do understand it. Because I've been there myself. And I mean, I don't mess with him on purpose. Because I already knew he don't want to talk to everybody that wants to talk to him. I could tell it. So I don't mess with him, I mean, I throw my hand up and all that. But I don't, and you got to understand, everybody wants to talk to him. You got to understand that. Everybody wants to talk to him. And he don't want to talk all day long. Oh, I never did get to tell him. I thought about calling him. I'm probably going to tell him. I don't want him to think that I was in on the talking. Because, Wyatt Earp was wanting me to come, The first time I went, about a month ago, Wyatt Earp said, you better call him. And I called him, and he didn't answer the phone. And, later on, a day or two later, Wyatt Earp said, did you get you a spot? I said, no, I had tried to call him 4 or 5 times. I said, he didn't answer the phone. I said, hell, I reckon I'll just ride down there, when we get ready to go. You see what I'm talking about? I don't want him to think I was in on that because, Chris is a friend of mine. And I like him. And I understand he don't want to talk to everybody that comes along. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But I think the word's getting around on him. Because, like I say, I heard it from 3 different directions. Little group of people talking about it. And then go over yonder and you have a few. Well, I mean, I ain't much on texting, Pamela. Just like I don't care about texting on no phone. Just like I don't care about texting in chat. I mean, if somebody's texting me and they text me and I read it, and I say thank you or what the hell ever, then they send me another. I just rather call. I ain't gonna sit there and text, and I ain't gonna be on somebody's channel texting neither. In chat, if I do, you will know it's me, because I'll be on the Southern Ideas. But I mean, I just don't chat. Shit, by the time I get through typing something, the conversation's gone. I can't type fast like y'all can. And sit there and type something and send it and damn left out something out. Like, like that video I put on Tammy's channel today, where we was making the shelf. I put Tammy and, doing woodwork or doing something other. Hell, I left my name out. And I finally seen it after about 15 minutes. Damn. I forgot to put Tammy and Danny doing a project. And that's what I'm talking about, y'all. I mean, I just assumed, like just not chat. We really like your long Oscars, whatever the subject, because you honest and interested. Thank you, Miss Susan Witt. Yeah, hey y'all, I don't like to listen to people lying. Whether it's on here or in real life, I just ain't gonna. I mean, I've heard some people lying so bad. I just told them, you know, and I mean that they was lying. I mean, nobody wants to hear a lie. Nobody. And then, I mean, even if you don't realize it's a lie, you usually figure it out, And then you hear them again telling another lie, and then you don't even want them telling you nothing no more. If they got to lie about it. Yeah, I mean, you catch somebody lying a couple of times, and that's about it. You lose. I mean, you just don't want to hear it because you don't know what's a lie and you don't know what's the truth. What's the truth? And I know some people that lied bad, Joe. Now that white earth, he's pretty straight, Joe. He's like me, He's pretty straight. The thing about him is there's a bunch of stuff he won't tell you. But he's pretty straight, You asked him something other. I said, he come over here one night about 12 o'clock. He done it a couple of times. Laid on the couch. I said, where you been, boy? He said, I can't tell you that. I said, all right. He don't kiss and tell, y'all. He's rare, a rare breed. They some people have some beautiful woman or something other. That they might be friends, and then they going around there and telling, yeah, I done, yes sir, Ray. That's my girlfriend there. He don't, you won't even never know. You won't even never know their name. You know what I mean? He won't tell you. If you don't see them together, you won't never know it. And you rarely see a woman with him. But I know he's got women, and I'm talking about not just the skanches. He's got, you know what I'm talking about? It ain't just the skanches. He's got some pretty good women, Our night friends at night. Yep. Hey, y'all. When I got on here, I promise you I didn't have very much to say. But I know y'all like to get on here and chat and be with your friends. And I know, there's night owls, and I don't always feel like just getting on there and talking. But I usually wind up being all right. I usually find the words. But like when I got on here tonight, I absolutely just didn't have, I didn't know what I was going to say. It's like that sometimes. A lot of times I usually got something, a little something I'm going to talk about, but I promise you, I know y'all like to get on here. And it's something to do, and you can be on here and chat with your friends and everything. And I know, Tammy didn't do a live video and all that. But so sometimes, y'all, sometimes I get on here for y'all. I promise you. Sometimes I get on here just for y'all. I promise. Now, if I make $1 while I'm doing it, well, that's all right too. You know what I'm talking about? But we don't make much, y'all. We don't make much per video. I mean, hey, I don't know if you make it on YouTube, like if you're worried about the money. Because it is tough. I got my last thing in today for my camera. For my 3 cameras. I got my last thing in. I said, man, I can't let that be my last thing I'm getting. So I ordered something else. I kind of was wanting to wait till mine and Tammy's check come in because I actually did spend a lot of money. There was a woman going to buy the 3rd camera, but I couldn't let her do that. And she didn't mind a bit, but I couldn't let her do that. But so I actually spent a pretty good bit of money, buying all the different stuff and everything. And yeah, thank you, Miss Carol. I actually believe, Miss Carol, that if there's a lot more people like me, the world will be a better place. You'll hear me giving somebody hell. But like they, I ain't just giving them hell for the hell of it. There's a bunch of people need to straighten up. And then like, where y'all love me and enjoy getting on there and everything. There's some people that did it. I just drive them crazy. And I don't understand that. But I mean, y'all, there's a shit ass in every crowd, you know it? And I guess they always will be a shit ass in every crowd. I went grocery shopping today. I only planned on spending only things on my list, $65. Decided I wasn't going to shop again until January, so I ended up spending 200. Hey, will you come out cheap? Look here, boy. Hey, Tammy will spend some money at that grocery store now. She'll spend some money at that grocery store. But I mean, it takes a lot of money, y'all. There ain't no doubt about it, you know. I went there one time, y'all, gonna show her how to buy groceries. And hell, man, this is a long time ago. It was $600 damn dollars. I, I decided I would let her do it from now on, you know. You know, I didn't have no idea that stuff was $600. But man, now look at here. Yeah, you know, I mean, you can go out there and buy meat, you know, because a lot of times that's what when I go, I buy something, you know, to cook, you know. So I used to cook a lot more than I do now. You know, uh, they'd be friends and stuff over here and stuff, and then my youngins, you know, and I'd go there. I mean, it ain't nothing stopping that damn grocery store every damn day and spend $35 or $40. You know, like for one day, for one day, and then be back the next day. You know, buying something else because a lot of time we get home about 12 or 1 o'clock. You know, in the summertime. You know, and I mean, my youngest ready to eat. You can't buy so many Dairy Queen and so many McDonald's. You know, I had this electric grill, y'all, and I'd buy a whole shoulder. You know, of pork. You know it. It's got a Boston butt on one end of it, the whole shoulder. The whole shoulder. I'd wrap that joker up in tinfoil, and that grill it was an electric grill with a thermostat, and cook that joker, like a bunch of hours. Man, and something happened to it. I burnt that grill. It quit working, and I bought another one because you didn't have to. You didn't have to go out there and you didn't have to do nothing. It had the long lasting charcoal in it, lifetime charcoal. And man, it was great, but I bought two of them and they both messed up. You could put it on the front porch and then come in and watch TV. And I had done got pretty good at that. And then I loved them barbecue sandwiches with mayonnaise on it. You know, no barbecue sauce. And now, buddy, when Tammy get home, she gonna dig her some out, and she gonna put her some barbecue sauce on hers now. But I just like this uh, regular old plain. You could pull it off the bone, and put mayonnaise on your bread. So let me ask y'all a question: mayonnaise or mustard? That's the question for you. Mayonnaise or mustard? I got Bentley try some mayonnaise and he tried it. He tried it and he said, I like the mustard better. I said, okay. I just told you to try it. Both mayonnaise or mustard, y'all. We got one mayonnaise, one mustard. Smoked meat, yeah, smoked meat. Look at McCready, I want to know what kind of meat it is. Man, I don't care if it's a little pack of lunch meat. Mayonnaise or mustard? Don't get technical with me, Macredo. Hey, there's a bunch of mayonnaise now. You know, did y'all know y'all make me feel good? Uh, be on here at 1 o'clock at night. Got 170 people. Mayonnaise and one slice of bread and mustard on one slice. Neither. What you put on it, Denise? I like mustard. Hey, I like a little bit of mustard, but not, I mean, if I make a barbecue sandwich or lunch meat or something, I won't eat no mustard. So, so Denise said, neither. Mayonnaise. Yeah, hey y'all. I mean, man, y'all are a nice bunch of people. Nuts, and I'm not a fan of condiments. I hear you. Mustard. I sprinkle Cajun spice on the meat. That don't surprise me about you, Miss Vargas. Mayo. There's a lot of people like me. Don't pick on me. I may be sensitive butterfly. You know what? I heard Steven say that this morning, or some morning. Said he's a sensitive butterfly. Then, like when he's on there, y'all about halfway ain't paying him no attention. Sometimes I hear what he's saying, sometimes I don't. But like he'll say some stuff now. He's on there, he used to all the time talking about, I'm a dancing machine. Some song he used to sing about dancing machine. Honey mustard is good. I didn't used to like mustard, but now I love mustard D. Natural seed mustard. I didn't know there was no such a thing as natural seed. I like grape poupon and brown mustard. I didn't know there's no such a thing as brown mustard. I like my mustard yellow when I eat it. Sweet baby rays when I comes to barbecue. So y'all, let me tell y'all something I figured out. You can cut these cameras on that I got. And I got over a 500 gigabyte card. And it'll show you how many hours you can film. Yeah, I hear you there, T. It'll show you how many hours you can film. And this is what I figured out. So you can film while you're charging. And some are going to film about 3 or 4 days straight. As long as you got the charger hooked up. And I figured I got this thing in the boat that you hook to the battery. It's called an inverter. Y'all know what that is. Then I got three batteries in the boat. And I got these long USB-C cords. And you can hook a cord up to each camera or a car, or anything, anything you film. And I've been wanting to take it over to Stevens because these cameras can see in the dark. I think they must be kin to me. But anyway, it'll show you how many hours, and man, it's a long time of just straight filming. And you can cut the light off so you can't see it blinking. So I want to take it down there in the woods. I want to take them everywhere and stake it out. They won't even set that camera. You can cut that blinking light off. And they won't nobody see that thing. And you know how people freak out when they see a camera? There's this thing you put around your neck and it'll hold the camera. And you can walk around, and when people freak out, see you with a camera, you say, it ain't on. They say, well, good. Because I got something I want to tell you about. And then I bring it home and put it on video, y'all, and show it to y'all. I want to tell you, I appreciate y'all. Y'all really do make me feel good. And I wouldn't be saying it. I wouldn't be saying it if it wasn't true. Y'all make me feel good. I wish I could bring all y'all women home with me. And I could have one doing my toenails, one doing my fingernails, and one of them out there making egg sandwiches. But anyway, y'all, y'all make me feel good. And I know y'all are good people, And I know, there's people sitting back that it's just like y'all, maybe they done chatted out, But I'm talking to you too, So just because you ain't on chat don't mean I ain't talking to you. Because I am. I know, like T Sleeper, I thought, I seen her when she come in. She just been sitting there listening, y'all. She ain't been chatting that much. And then she showed up there in the chat. She decided she'd chat something. So I'm talking to you. The ones that come in here and support me. I appreciate y'all. I want to thank Miss Beautiful Pamela Vargas for that super chat. And I want to thank y'all for everything. And y'all, maybe I've been laughing for the last 30 minutes at least. I hear you, Miss Rona. Maybe I can get Tammy going tomorrow. I made that video, and I was gonna put it on this channel, to making the shelf, I actually got some more stuff I'm gonna do, y'all. And I said, Tammy, y'all. She said, but she did go to the funeral. She went to church, and she done something else this morning. I don't remember what it was, but I said, you want me to just put this video on your channel? She said, yeah, put it on my channel. And I'll do a video tomorrow. I said, okay, I'll do that. Well, I appreciate y'all. So we appreciate one another. But yeah, I got some other stuff I'm gonna do, y'all. And I just ain't done it, But I kind of had my hands full. And then I ain't felt the best and went camping and all that. I had the sore throat there for a little while. and it finally quit. And I went back down there to the river and was out there in that night air. And it started back. It got sore again. I still ain't got my voice back, all the way yet. Hey, I love you too, Kit Kat. And y'all a bunch of great girls too. And Charles, y'all. Charles is a good man. I appreciate y'all. And hey, y'all, as long as it's like this right here, I won't never let you down. I won't never get on here and lie to you. And I won't never get over here and I won't never get on here and bullshit you. Never. That's a promise. I won't never get on here and bullshit you. And I'll be back, y'all. I'll be back. Thank y'all for everything. I love you too. Thank y'all for everything. My channel's doing good, y'all. Subscribers is way up. Tammy's is way up. People can't unsubscribe at one time, I actually talked to a woman that told me that, well, I ain't going to tell you what she told me because they might say that's a good idea. But anyway, I do appreciate y'all. You want me to do the Lawrenceville? Good night. Sleep tight. And may your dreams come true. I'm going to have to listen to Pamela Vargas's and listen to that song because I don't really exactly remember how it goes. I don't remember exactly how it goes. I think I'm slipping a little bit, y'all. Good night, everybody. We'll see y'all tomorrow on Tammy's video. She done told me, she said, I want you to get on my video when I do it. Yeah, y'all tell one another good night, y'all. Hey, we'll see y'all again. Bye-bye.